All right, let's go. Wednesday night at the Drumner Center. Post basketball with a doubleheader here tonight. Women's will be up first and the men's will follow after. Dominican University in town here in Waterbury to face off against the Eagles. Both Dominican teams, women and men's, both 9-1 in CACC play in the number 1 seed in the North Division. And with that, we say hello and welcome courtside, everyone. Griffin Cass on hand. So glad you're with us here on this Wednesday evening. Post women's basketball, 5-17 overall in the season, 4-6 in conference. Played at Wilmington on Saturday, and they did okay. They did a solid job in that one. Mediocre, subpar at best. Now, in all seriousness, a historic game for the Eagles on Saturday at Wilmington, winning 103-42. Yes, 103-42. I thought it was a typo when I saw it posted on Instagram. Largest margin of victory in program history, 61 points, and all that's looking forward to now after that one is how can you build on that big game here in the North Division. Eagles the number 3 seed in the North Division, the CACC, and Dominican the number 1 seed. Big game. As we take a look at our starting lineups for the Eagles, Hannah Finnerty will get a start after having 18 on Saturday. Alyssa Rossignol, Jasmine Day Cox, Nicole Parks getting a start, and Naj White. That will round out the 5 for the Eagles. Parks making her 4th start of the season. Courtney Burns, head coach for the Eagles in her 2nd season, 22-27 record at the helm. As we take a look at the visiting Dominican team, again 9-1 in conference, 17-5 overall. They just had their 8-game winning streak snapped on Saturday against Holy Family, so looking to start a new winning streak here this evening. Angelina DiMarsco, Kayla Howard, Chidinma Endakaba, Tamia Nunez, and that will round out the 5. So again, Mills, DiMarsco, Nunez, Endakaba, and Howard, the 5 here for Dominican in their black uniforms. Bill Diener, head coach here for Dominican, 13th season. Dominican last year, not too good. 12-6 overall, 8-8 in the CACC, but man, they are a force to be reckoned with this season. Endakaba and Rossignol will jump it up. Eagles win the tip. Off we go. 47th all-time meeting. No, we're going to redo that, it looks like. '47th all-time meeting between the Eagles and the Lady Chargers underway. Second meeting of the season here. Dominican won 65-56 on December 3rd at home. Backdoor, Howard gets the scoring start with a beautiful cut and the 2, and Dominican strikes first on their first offensive possession. Again, 61-point win against Wilmington. Wilmington is winless on the year, but nevertheless. Nevertheless, a 61-point victory against any team is remarkable. And we're not going to be able to get some momentum starting this one. I think we have an issue with the clock. Get that squared away, and we'll come back with 9:31. It appears Dominican an early 2-0 lead. All right, looks like we're ready to get things rolling here. It says 9:31 on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock here for the Eagles. A 2-0 Dominican start. Yeah, Dominican loss on Saturday to Holy Family, which snapped their 8-game winning streak. So trying to start a new one here this evening. Parks, her 4th star of the season. The shovel to Naj White. Right down the right side of the lane. Layup is good and a foul. A chance at a 3-point play for Naj White. First in the team in minutes per game at 28.1, averages 11.6 on the year. One of the 3 returners from last year's team that was 17-10 overall, 12-4 in the CACC, and was the number 1 seed in the North Division. White way off on the free throw, not able to complete the 3-point play. And it's thrown ahead. Mills catches off of the window, too strong. And Rossino the board. Jasmine Day-Cox, freshman standout. Cross, drive, lost her footing and wanted a foul and a turnover. The kick out, Howard lines it up. Way strong on the 3, and White with the board and the push into the attacking 47. White hesitate, drive, stripped, and a whistle and a foul. Dominican can't believe the call. They get it on Enda Kaba. Ohio is the play called out. Under the basket, out of bounds. A box set. Rossino wants it. She can't hold on to it. And DeMarsco the steal and the push. Mills runs into a wall, and we'll get a blocking foul on Parks. Again, Nicole Parks doesn't typically start. 23rd game of the year here for the Eagles. She has appeared in, this will now be her 17th, her 4th start. Three of the five wins this season for the Eagles coming here at home at the Drubner Center. And Kaba, Howard. Rossino will defend, and Howard will kick it. DeMarsco thought 3. Throw it into the post. DeMarsco, no hesitation. Howard, offensive rebound across the lane, the scoop, and the board. 2-2 here, nearly 2 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Rossino lines it up. Off of the heel from 3, long shot, long rebound. White, pull up. Fernardi defends. Double and a foul. They get it on Rossino. Then Eagles 4-6 in CACC play. Dominican 9-1. Jaden Burns typically starts for the Eagles, coming off of the bench here this evening. 22nd game that she has appeared in, 15 starts this season as Park subs out. Just getting underway. Glad you're with us here on the CACC Network. Griffin Castle and Ann, huge battle in the CACC in the North Division. The Eagles coming off of a 61-point win against Wilmington on Saturday. The turn, the shoot, and the score for Rossino put it on the board. Averaging 13.1 points per game on the year, Rossino has gotten better as the season has gone on and has blossomed into that number 1 option for Courtney Burns. Howard, catch, shoot. Enda Kaba, the offensive board, and a fresh 20 for Dominican. Extra swing. Mills, baseline drive, shovel it. Enda Kaba, missed it. Point blank range, and Rossino into the front court. 3 minutes gone here in this opening quarter. Eagles with a 2-point lead. White thought about the back door. Now Fernardi, 18 points on Saturday against Wilmington. Pull up, pop, foul line. Mills, kick it. Howard, drive it, and score it for 2. Courtney Burns wants a timeout. 30-second timeout. Did not like the defensive transition. They were all tied up at 4. 6:45 to play here in the first. You're watching Division II women's basketball on the CACC Network. Doubleheader on this Wednesday night here at Post, beginning of February. Regular season starting to wind down. Playoffs right around the corner. Playoffs will actually start a month from today. March 4th will be the quarterfinals, if my memory serves me correct. Again, men's will take on Dominican after the conclusion of the women's game. Huge game here for the women's and the men's team here at Post. Same five on the floor here for Dominican. It's White, Fernardi, Porter, Parks, and Burns. So Rossignol takes a seat. White the cross, the feed, Fernardi. Endicaba rebound and fouled. Rossignol back in. Parks will sub out. Mills settles it down. And a DHO here with DeMarsco. Nunez thought about it. Solid defense here from the Eagles. Mills will infiltrate the lane and spray one out. Nunez for three. Mini 5-0 Dominican run. Take a 7-4 lead. Burns not on the same page with Fernardi and Eagles turnover. Their third turnover here to begin things. Coming up on the midway point here in this first quarter. 3-point Dominican lead. Again, Eagles coming off of a 61-point win at Wilmington on Saturday. They can find out, or Courtney Burns, for that matter, should find out a lot about the squad here in this game. Going up against a fierce opponent, 9-1 Dominican in the CACC, number 1 seed in the North Division, Eagles number 3 seed in the North Division. Can even up the season series here with Dominican with a win. Endicaba. Offensive foul. Porter got in her way, set her feet. Delana Taylor, junior center, will sub out, will sub in. Endicaba will sub out. Delana Taylor, first person off of the bench here for Dominican. Burns attacks, kicks. White. Follows her miss, goes back up, a little bit of a wild shot. Taylor clears. Mills, yeah, she carried it. Came under that ball, then came on top of it. Dave Cox will sub back in here for Post. Burns will sub out. So, I mean, if you consider Fernardi a guard, which I do, you got 4 guards on the floor here for the Eagles. Rossignol playing the 5. Zone defense here, Dave Cox. Midway through this opening quarter, Fernardi, White, and a travel. Turnover starting to pile up here a little bit for the Eagles to begin things. That's their 4th turnover. They average 21.8 per game. Mills attacks. Howard, yes, with the baseline J. Pretty shot. Put it on the board, and Howard's off to a nice start here for Dominican. And they're on a 7-0 run. Howard has got 6 now, 6 of the 9. Only other player to score for Dominican is Nunez with a triple. Rossignol's got it. Baseline drive, spin, lean on the doorstep and the kick out. Fernardi, pump, flyby, swing it. Porter, line it up. White, offensive board. Can she keep it in play? Walking the tightrope. And she was stepping out. 5th turnover here for the Eagles to start. Jackie Russell into the game for the first time, a freshman. And Burns back in here for Post. So Russell, White, Dave Cox, Fernardi, and Burns. So Eagles really going small now. Finnerty, tallest player on the court here, standing at 5'10". Also thought about it. Skips one. And a nice athletic catch there from Daycox. Fires it with three to shoot. And rebounded by Nunez and pushes. Mills. Good shot fake. Nunez lines it up. No rotation on it. Doesn't matter. A smooth-looking J along two, they say. So Nunez and Howard have got all 11 of the Dominican points, and they're on a 9-0 run. Finnerty, the fade, and the bucket to end the 9-0 Dominican run. Nice shot there from Finnerty. 18 points on Saturday against Wilmington. Third on the team in points per game this year at 8.6. Siena transfer, a sophomore, the knife by Mills for two. Finnerty, give and go with Daycox. Floater is good. Daycox has been so reliable for Courtney Burns in her freshman season. Nice bounce. Taylor fouled. And a good foul there by Daycox. Isabella Javier into the game here for the first time. Mills will sub out. Javier, a sophomore. Taylor at the line. 20th game that she has appeared in. Has not started in one. Now 9 for 16 from the free throw line on the year. Empty trip there for Taylor. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Eagles down by 5, coming off of a 61-point win at Wilmington on Saturday. Pass deflected, stolen, another Eagles turnover here in this first quarter. The play is called out. 2 for Dominican. 3 on its way. Back iron there from Nunez, not afraid to shoot it. Get it to the high post. The knife by Daycox and fouled. Daycox, not a great free throw shooter, 49% on the year. Daycox swishes the back end of 2. Eagles 4 for 12 from the field here to start. Dominican 6 for 16. Baseline drive, the kick out. Nunez, quick trigger, splash, a triple. Nunez has got a gorgeous stroke. And she's got 8 points here in this first quarter. Steal, Nunez ahead of the field for 2. 10 points here for number 2 in black. And a nice trap. Rossino, yes. On the doorstep and gets the 2. 18-11 lead here for Dominican. Coming up on 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Glad you're with us on the CACC Network North Division matchup here in the CACC. Doubleheader here at Post. DiMarsco buries it, a 3. Dominican shooting the lights out of it from 3 here to start things. 3 for 7 now from deep. Oh, nice movement there. Rossendale the reverse, no. And shot clock is dark. Dominican can take the final shot of the quarter if they would like to. Howard has got it. Porter will defend. Howard inside. Taylor the fade and the bucket. 2-1. Porter doesn't get it off in time. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Dominican shows why they're 9-1 on the season in CACC play, fresh off of their first loss in conference. Hungry to get a win, and they got a 23-21 lead as we head 23-11 lead as we head to the second quarter. Dominican 23, Post 11 as we're ready to start this second quarter. Glad you're with us here on the CACC Network. Dominican, a very good team. They rode a very good zone defense, 10 for 20 from the field in that first quarter. Forced a good amount of turnovers from Post. Post had 7 turnovers in that first quarter. And we're back out here ready for the start of the second quarter. Again, yeah, Post on pace here for 28 turnovers this evening. The Eagles ball out of the break, second quarter, ready to get it going. White, Fernardi, Rossignol, Day-Cox, and Burns. A 5 on the floor here for Post. Backdoor, Burns lands on 2 and bakes it home. Excellent play drawn up to start this second quarter by Courtney Burns. Eagles 4-6 in CACC play. Dominican is 9-1. Nunez, hot hand in that first quarter, not able to continue it to start the second. Burns falls on it, but was out of bounds. Javier, sophomore, hands it off Howard. Long 2. Burns is the trailer. Swing it. Fernardi traveled. Nunez, Javier, Howard, Taylor, and Mills. The 5 on the floor here for Dominican to start things in this second quarter. Good poke there by Day-Cox. 55 steals, leads the team on the season by far in that category. She's got very quick hands. Minute gone here in the second quarter. Dominican with a 10-point lead. Just had their 8-game winning streak snapped on Saturday. Taylor, the steal. Javier, the feed. Nunez resets. 5 to shoot. Step back Jay, blocked. Taylor sees it to Fernardi. White dashes in, pulls up. And Day-Cox, that's what she does. Just provides so much energy. High motor. Burns got a triple. Jaden Burns, 5 quick points here to begin things in the second quarter, and the Eagles down 7. Mini 5-0, Jaden Burns run to start the second quarter. Howard, feed it. Javier lines it up. The answer, a triple. Fernardi, pull a pop, short. Howard evades Fernardi. Accelerates and feeds, and that one hit out of bounds. Last touch Mills. Good job by Fernardi getting back on D. And she needs a sub. Emma Carmen, former Quinnipiac Bobcat, into the game for the first time. A sophomore. So Carmen, Rossignol, DeCox, White, and Porter. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Down 10. First half of our post-basketball doubleheader here on this Wednesday evening. Early February. Glad you're with us on the CACC Network. Griffin Cats on end. Huge game for the women's and the men's team here tonight against Dominican. Both Dominican teams 9-1 in conference, and a whistle and a turnover. I think we got a 5-second violation there on Carmen, and that's the 9th Eagles turnover here this first half. Again, they average 21.8 turnovers per game for the first 22 games. We got a blocking foul there on Rossignol. Burns will sub back in. Rossignol will sub out. Yeah, Rossignol just picked up her second personal foul, so something to keep an eye out for. Leading scorer on the season here for the Eagles, averaging 13 a game. Nunez to trigger with 10 points. Needed a tire shoe, gets it into Javier. Shut off nicely there on the baseline drive. Right back to her, Javier, 4-3. Off of the bench, she's provided a nice spark from bonus distance. 2 for 2 from deep. And it's the largest lead of this first half here for Dominican at 13. Porter trying to carve her way in. Extra swing Burns. Is she feeling it? Pinballing out on the 3, and Howard boards. And Javier took a shot. We're going to stop play here, and she's going to need a sub. Emma Gribben, freshman from Ireland, into the game for the first time, and DeMarsco is back in here for Dominican. So something to keep an eye out for sure. Javier 2 for 2 from 3 off of the bench, and she needs a sub. 6:45 to play in this first half. 13-point Dominican lead, the largest of this opening half. DeMarsco, Nunez, Gribben, Taylor, and Mills, the 5 on the floor here for Dominican. Again, friendly reminder, men's game is coming up next between Dominican and Post. Nunez, hot hand in this first half. Mills, squares. 8 to shoot. DeMarsco poked. Yep, that's what Daycox does all day long. We get a jump ball possession. Dominican. Fernardi will sub back in here for Post. White will sub out. 6:21 to play in this first half. 48% for the field here for Dominican to begin things. Eagles 37%. Hard drive. Mills. Burns collects the rebound, and Fernardi attack into the attacking 47. Cox kick it. Fernardi, no hesitation. Short on the 3. DeMarsco ahead. Mills with Porter defending. Takes it on that baseline. Kicks one out. Nunez. Wild shot. Rebounded by DeCox. She'll push. The trailer is Burns. She'll throw it inside. Carmen. Banker. No. And Gribben boards. Coming up on the midway point here in this second quarter. Eagles down 13. Mills. Hard drive. Scoop. No score, but a foul. They get it on DeCox. Mills has made and taken the most free throws out of anybody on the season here for Dominican by far. 83% free throw shooter. She's taken 151 free throws on the year, made 126. Mills, a graduate student, 5'5" guard from New City, New York. I think I might have jinxed her there, applauding her free throw efforts. Broadcaster's jinx is a real thing. Many examples of it. And it certainly is. This is both. Stays at a 13-point Dominican lead. Porter knifing, floating, and fouled. A nice take there by the freshman. Mind made up. Howard back in. Take out Taylor and Porter. A 60% free throw shooter on the season. 22 for 37, freshman out of Chicago. The Eagles now 1 for 4 for the free throw line. Dominican 0 for 4 from the line. Both teams having some struggles at the stripe here in this first half. Offensive board for Nerdy and a fresh 20 for the Eagles. Burns. Fires. A little indecisive there. Chloe Dopp, freshman, into the game here for the first time for Dominican. 4:50 to play here in this first half. 13-point Dominican lead. Just had their 8-game winning streak snapped on Saturday against Holy Family. Howard on the doorstep, kicks one out. Dopp. 9 to shoot. The 3 on its way from Gribben and off, and Fernardi clears. Hesitate. Drives. Kicks. White. Extra feed. Carmen. Porter right there for the offensive rebound. Goes back up and draws a foul. Was just 0 for 2 from the free throw line. String music on the first of 2 for Porter. Two for 2. Russell will sub out the shooter. The Eagles in that 2-1-2 press. Back off a little bit. Team Marshko not in a hurry. DHO with Howard. Howard pulls. Way off on the J, and the rebound pulled down by White. Eagles only 30% for the field here in this first half. They shoot 35% as a team on the year. And another turnover there from the Eagles. Howard the interception. Cross, drive, Howard the scoop, off of the window for 2. What a move there by Howard. And it's back to a 13-point Dominican lead. 3:25 to play in this first half. Burns swing it. Fernardi. Nice bounce. Carmen, step back J, mid-range, too strong. Russell crashes the glass, nice, and reverses it home. Under 3 minutes to play in this first half. Eagles down 11, up against the number 1 seed in the North Division. Eagles the number 3 seed in the North Division. Won the North Division last year. Mills turns a corner, blocked by White. Porter in. And Fernardi out. Taylor will sub in here for Dominican. Mills get it in. Got it back. White defends. Shot clock at 7. The poke. White fouled. Not happy with the call. Looked like a clean strip from over here. So get the shot clock reset to 20 for Dominican. White harness the rebound and accelerates. White draws a foul on the floor. They're going to reach in there on Howard. Howard and Mills both on the floor here for Dominican. They both combined for 41 against Post on December 3rd. Howard had 21, Mills had 20. 41 of the 65 Dominican points in that one to lead to the 9-point win over Post. Carmen threads the needle to White. Highlight. Tasty dish there by Carmen, and the Eagles within 9. Single-digit game. Mills kicks it. Howard thought about it. Stifling defense there from the Eagles. Turnover by Dominican. Dopp will sub out. So it's DeMarsco, Nunez, Taylor, Howard, and Mills. The knife, the float, Porter, right back to the free throw line where she shot 4 free throws here in this first half. 2 for 4 from the line. Russell in, White out. Porter high archer drains the first. Missed her first 2 free throws, but she's made 3 consecutive. Eight-point game under 2 minutes to play here in this first half. The Eagles 4-6 in conference play. Dominican 9-1. Nunez sets, fires. Russell swing it. Fernardi launch it. Coming up on the end of this first half, Mills gets to her spot, off of the heel. Dominican stays in this zone defense. Porter, cross, stripped and stolen. Mills, cookies, no numbers, but she'll stop, she'll pop. And Fernardi rebounds. We're under a minute to play in the first half. Fernardi, quick push. Nice in. Layup is off, but a foul. A little shaken up after the whistle, and Fernardi to the free throw line here to shoot 2. Again, 3rd on the team in points per game this year at 8.6. Had 18 points on Saturday in the 61-point win. 74% free throw shooter on the year, 26 for 35. So Eagles on a 7-0 run as Fernardi hits both, and it's a 2-possession game. Trailed by as many as 13 here in this first half, 40 seconds to play. Mills with Carmen defending. Shake behind the back. Kick it. A little bit of a wild pass. DeMarsco saves it to Mills with 11 to shoot. She'll bank it home for 2 and ends this Eagles 7-0 run. Shot clock is off. Eagles can take the final shot of the half. And that's, of course, if they would like to. 33-25 lead for Dominican. 8-game winning streak snapped on Saturday against Holy Family. 7 to shoot for Nerdy. Turns a corner, stripped. Tries to take on multiple Dominican players. Loses it out of bounds. And it'll be Dominican ball with 3.1 remaining. Still time here for Dominican. Got an opportunity to take a few dribbles and heave one up into Javier with one. Got it off in time. Good if it goes. Does not go, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. Dominican takes a 33-25 lead as we have hit the break. Halftime is up. Second half, it's coming your way next. Stay tuned here on the CACC Network.
We're here with our post-university men's basketball 2024-25 Media Day, joined by graduate student Harrison Warnock. Harrison, you're coming off an injury last year. Kind of came back quicker than you expected to. Now you're fully healthy. What are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, man, I'm just really excited to finally be back on 2 legs after, you can see in the film, even looking back, just hobbling around for most of the season. So I'm excited to see what I can really do and what I can really bring to the table for this team and see how well we can mesh together.
And what was that like last year, kind of coming back all of a sudden and reintegrating yourself into a bigger role than you thought you were going to have coming off of surgery?
Yeah, I mean, definitely had some ups and downs. In the beginning, my head wasn't there. I was just thinking about, if I just didn't get hurt, everything like that. But my teammates always had my back. They kept pushing me. They kept saying, keep going, you'll be fine, and it all worked out.
How do you integrate the newcomers onto this roster? There's only a couple of them, but still integrating them into the culture that you talked about back in March when we talked about the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I see us as a team that we really buy into what coach is trying to tell us and push us in the right direction. So I feel like especially some of our older guys like Tyler and I have been here for forever at this point, so we can definitely bring them along and show them the ropes and see how everything's supposed to go down.
And then pretty much the same team as last year, give or take a few people, and then obviously the newcomers. What do you think this group can accomplish this year?
I definitely, I'm excited to see. As long as we can, keep our heads together and, keep having each other's backs and we buy into what coach is trying to teach us and what he wants us to do, I think we can definitely make a big season this year. So I'm excited for that.
We're joined here by Dang Dieng and Bull Acott. Guys, 1-2 punch on offense last year. Both were all conference. Dang, you were all region. How do you guys set the tone for this season?
I think we're going to come back with the same energy and just show that we're the most dominant team and be the most aggressive team in the conference and be one of the best teams in the country. So I think we just start by having a good season, going hard right away, and just proving that we are the same team from last year, and even better.
I agree with that, but I also think that we just need to come back with the same mentality, but with some more. And we've been in this situation before, because from last year we just got piggyback, just up our intensity and our focus, our energy and everything, and just lead the team as we did last year, but just with some more maturity and, yeah, overall.
Yeah, and Bull, you talked about last year your desire to win it all. So what do you have to do to help make that happen this year, do you feel?
I think I just got to lead by example and just to make sure, because I know Kuntz believes that we can win, and I believe we can win. So as I instill that to all of us in the locker room, I feel like we can all be on the same page because we all know we can win.
And then, Dang, you got a lot of looks after the year was over, and you had a very dominant year, like I mentioned, all region. What brought you back to Post for this chance at another NCAA tournament run?
It's a family environment over here, you know. These are my guys, Bull, Rob, Harry, the rest of the team. Coach Kuntz is a really good coach. And, you know, you can't get that feeling from everywhere. Like, you might go somewhere, but you might not be wanted as much, or you might not be valued as much. So it's about just being where you're valued and where you can be the best you. So I think Post will help me do that.
And then lastly, pretty much the same team from last year, give or take a couple guys. But what do you think overall this team can accomplish?
I think we can win the whole thing. I think we should come back this year and win the CACC championship because we deserve to, and we've been through a lot. So I think that's where we start. It's just building games one by one and keep going and playing hard the whole year. And I think we should end up in the tournament again.
Yeah, I definitely think we can win it all. And it just starts literally preseason and stacking up good days in each and every day and then taking it one game at a time. But I really believe that we can win it all. Starting with the CACC, go to the tournament, and win everything.
We're here with Tyler Small, who's coming back to the team after missing all last year with injury. And Tyler, kind of going off of that, what was it like sitting out last year? What are you most excited about coming into this year?
I say last year was really tough. It was hard because when I came to school, I was like, okay, I'm going to play. I am getting off injury, but like I'm ready to go. And then after the first couple like preseason workouts, shoot rounds, I'm like, all right, I'm not at 100%. And it was nice because Coach was willing to hear me out and gave me the opportunity to redshirt and actually get back to full health. But that doesn't mean that I took last season off. I feel like I was almost like an assistant coach and kind of helping our really new team last year integrate and being able to almost be like a liaison sometimes between them and coach and just helping them really get into a flow. And I think now, this year, it's going to really show that I've been able to at least stay in touch with everybody, and really I think we're going to have a really good chemistry coming out.
Talk about that role a little bit too last year, what it was like being on the bench with the players. I know I was at one of your practices around Halloween and you were dressed up like Wario and like you were very involved still with the practices and stuff.
I think because one thing that Coach was really serious about was kind of making sure that I'm still engaged mentally, and being in practice and kind of having a more elevated role was good for me to really stay involved and stay vocal and still kind of have, hopefully give off a leadership image and be able to get people to buy in early. When you have a new team, it is difficult, and that's like one of the hardest things. And I think it really worked because being a player coach kind of, they were able to say, you know what, maybe it's not just Coach yelling at us this time, but maybe there's something to it, and they just gave them a different perspective.
Now, pretty much a similar team to last year. What are you most excited about being back on the court with this squad for? What do you think they can accomplish?
I think we had a great team last year. I think Coach really got everyone together, and we have some good players, which is always a benefit. But I think this year now, hopefully I could just add a little bit something to that, maybe whether that be outside shooting, maybe it's just extra defense. And I think really we just have to find our flow early and be unselfish and be able to, share the wealth. I think we have a lot of pieces, and it's all about just coming together as a team and working towards our common goal.
We're here with head coach Mark Kuntz as we round out the men's basketball 2024-25 Media Day. Coach Kuntz heading into his 8th season with the team, 9th overall. Coach, what did it mean to be part of history with this program last year?
It was unbelievable, Mike. When I took the job 9 years ago, didn't really know what I was stepping into, and then had to go through over a lot of hurdles to get the program to a respectable place and then to a championship level, and then just to be able to do it for the first time in school history, make that accomplishment with those group of guys was just an unreal experience.
And talk a little bit about, we saw some photos with your daughter at the selection show and after your win against St. Thomas Aquinas up there. How special was it to be able to enjoy that with your family?
Yeah, she's around all the time. She's a part of this place. She's like my associate head coach. I call her all the time. She always asks what's going on. So having her there, for the selection show, because she's a part of it. Having her in Vermont was just great. Brought her in the locker room. Something she'll forget, but I'll never forget. And those memories are, you can't talk about it. My wife, my mother, my brother were up in Vermont as well. So just to be able to share that with them gives the accomplishment 10 times. Not even that, more than that, makes it even more valuable.
And, of course, you've been here for a while, seen those ups and downs of the program to build it to what it is now. Talk about what's gone into that culture change and building the program to where it is.
Yeah, I think it starts with the players. You've got to have good players or else, you're not a good coach. And not that I am a good coach, bad coach, whatever. We've just got it to the point where we've figured out the players that can help us win. We need tough guys that are athletic and really compete, and they want to win. And the last 5 years, we've had those guys. And it took some time to figure out who and what to get there. And now we're getting those guys, and it's just kind of now passing off year to year. Now the new guys are learning from the older guys what it takes to survive. Because as you well know, I'm not easy to play for. I hold guys accountable. But I think that's why, we're as good as we do, because I hold them every day, every play to a certain level, and there's accountability. And with that, it's not easy. And I think now these older players are teaching the younger players. And when you've got that culture, I don't like using the word culture a lot, but when you have that, it's really makes my life a lot easier.
And this year you're returning pretty much a majority of that NCAA tournament team outside of one or two guys, I think, and you're getting back Tyler Small this year. You're bringing in 4 or 5 newbies.
Yes.
What do you think this program can do this year based on that?
I think these guys can do as much as they want. Last year was great. We didn't shoot the ball great. I think that's our biggest thing. I've talked to the guys. You have to shoot the ball better. If we want to do what we did last year and beyond, we've got to shoot it better. And that's in their hands. I don't make shots. Last time I checked, I don't step on the floor. So that's in their hands. And it's going to be my job to kind of manage, because now that we've won, there's kind of an ego, right? There's an expectation for certain guys, and we've got guys that want to play after their career. So managing that is going to be my job. But when we go out there, we just have to be the hardest playing team in the region, like we talked about last year. I think we'll do that. But if we can make more shots, this team can be special.
Head coach Mark Kuntz, 8th season with the team, 9th year overall. Post men's basketball will get underway at the beginning of November with their season already receiving votes in the national poll heading into the 2024-25 campaign.
All right, back here at the Drubner Center, ready for the start of the second half. Eagles down by 8 here, ready to start the second half. 33-25 lead for Dominican as we take a look at our first half stats. Dominican 39% from the field in that first half. Eagles 33%. Free throw shooting, Eagles 6 for 11 from the line, 0 for 4 for Dominican from the free throw line. Dominican 39% from 3, 5 for 13 from downtown. Eagles 1 for 8 from 3. Taking a look at the turnover discrepancy. Eagles 13 turnovers, Dominican 5 turnovers in that first half. And with that, we say hello and welcome back courtside, everyone. Glad you're with us here on the CACC Network. Griffin Cass on hand, ready for the start of the second half here. Eagles trail by 8, coming off of a all-time performance on Saturday in Delaware, winning 103-42, a 61-point win over the Wildcats. As it'll be Eagles ball to begin things here in the second half. Finnerty, Rossignol, Daycox, Parks, and White. 5 on the floor here for post. DeMarsco, Howard, Nunez, Endicaba, and Mills. 5 on the floor here for Dominican. Second half, we're underway. Turn, shoot, Rossignol, put it on the board. Rossignol had 25 points on Saturday against Wilmington, leading scorer on the season, averaging 13. A sophomore from Niagara, a transfer from Niagara. Howard lines it up, bottoms, a 3. Howard has had an excellent game here against Post. She had 21 against Post on December 3rd. She's into double figures now, leading the way for Dominican with 11. Dominican back in this zone here. Parks, yeah, nice cut. Rossignol reverses it home. So Rossignol for quick points here to begin things in the third. Trying to get going here for Post. She leads the way now with 8. Throw it on the doorstep. Endicaba turns, goes across the lane, pirouette, fade. Dribbles in for Endicaba. Nice touch. Back to a 9-point Dominican lead. A little over a minute gone here in the third. Second meeting of the season. Rossignol, she's feeling it. Absolutely feeling it to start the second half. 6 quick points. And just like that, she's into double figures. Yeah, it was quiet in that first half. Rossignol only 4 points. Nunez goes back door and it's blocked by Parks. Nunez gets it back, kicks one out. Mills, no hesitation. The Eagles down 7 and an opportunity here to bring it to a 2-possession game. White, Rossignol, fouled. First free throws of the game here for Rossignol, a 75% free throw shooter, 48 for 64 on the year. As Taylor will sub in, and Endicaba will sub out. Rossignol seeing a few baskets go in here to start this third quarter. Again, as the season has gone on, she has gotten more and more acclimated to this program. 12 points now, she'll sub out, and Burns will sub in. So Rossignol, 8 quick points here to begin things in the third. 8 points in 2 minutes. She's got 12, and the Eagles within 5. DeMarsco at the controls. Taylor. Howard. Whistle. And a foul. They get it on Taylor, so offensive. The Eagles, an excellent start here to the second quarter. Rossignol will come back in. Burns will sub out. Feel like the game plan here for the Eagles should be to get Rossignol the basketball in a rhythm here to start. They do that. She couldn't hold on to it. DeMarco the steal. And 13 turnovers in that first half for the Eagles. They averaged 21.8 on the year. Mills resets. White defends. DHO with DeMarco. Hesitate. Kick it. Nunez. Close out. Nice close out there by Cox. Poked and stolen. 55 steals on the year, but Dominican gets it right back. Nunez infiltrates the lane and scoops and scores. The E-fits there from Nunez. 12 points now for her, leading the way for Dominican. Rossignol, no hesitation. Got a three! Red hot to start the third quarter for Rossignol. 11 points in not even 4 minutes here to start this third quarter. And she's got 15 on the game, above her season average now at 13. Howard, the answer. The Eagles down 4, can bring it to within one possession. Inside, Rossignol blocked. White's got it back on the doorstep and picks up 2, and a timeout called by Dominican. Eagles, momentum. They're down 2. 6:15 to play in the third. You're watching CACC Women's Basketball on the CACC Network. Out of the Dominican timeout, Eagles outscoring Dominican 13-7 here to start the second half. And they are within 2 points, trying to take down here the North Division 1 seed currently. Eagles, the number 3 seed in the North Division. Dominican, fresh off of a loss, their first loss in CACC play. Won 8 games straight before their loss to Holy Family on Saturday. Out of the timeout, Dominican needs an answer. DeMarco at the controls. Howard angles to the baseline, skips one. Nunez, long 2, you bet. Her jump shot has been pure here this evening. 14 points to lead the way for Dominican. White maybe rushed that one a little bit. DeMarco rebounds. Coming up on the midway point here in this third quarter. Trailer, DeMarco step into it. Laces one. A triple.
Hey, let's go! Let's up there! Let's up!
Rossignol turns, shoots. And it's off of the heel. Howard boards. Stops, pops. Left it short. Porter, Rossignol, Cox, Burns, and White, the 5 on the 4 here for post. 11 points here in this third quarter for Rossignol. And Burns, cross, drive, fell, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch Burns. Eagles fans and Courtney Burns looking for the foul. Fernardi is into the game here for White. We're under 5 minutes to play here in the third. Again, friendly reminder, the men's game is coming up next. Second half of our post-basketball double header here on this Wednesday evening. Nunez, the jab, the backpedal, the 3. And the rebound by Rossignol. Gets it into the attacking 47. Fernardi trailing the play. She'll bulldoze her way into the lane. Missed it, short, and rebounded by Mills. With numbers, Fernardi a little slow to get back. A 5-on-4 power play. Howard sets, takes aim, misses. And Burns has got the weak side board. 7-point Dominican lead. Came into this quarter with a 1-point lead. Fernardi backpedaling. Day Cox will go across the lane. She'll pull.
Hold down, Jamila. Hold down.
Oh, nice step there by DeMarsco, and she gets the 2. Eagles got within 2, but now a 7-0 run and a much-needed timeout for Courtney Burns. 3:47 to play here in the third. Dominican back in control, leading by 9. .347 to play here in the third. Eagles ball out of the timeout. Dominican on a 7-0 run. Take a 9-point lead. Nunez leads the way for Dominican with 14. Rossignol, the only Eagle in double figures with 15. She's in attack mode, and she gets fouled, and she's going to the line to shoot a pair. Rossignol 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Shoot her third and fourth free throws. One for 2 trip there for Rossignol. Eagles end the 7-0 Dominican run. Oh, good hands by Fernardi. Not able to come up with a steal. And DeMarsco, an excellent point guard here. Very composed. And fouled out front by Fernardi. Got the shot clock reset to 20. Dominican 43% from the field. Post is 38% for the field. Late stages here in the third. Howard backpedaling, firing over Rossignol, miss it, and White collects the rebound. The acceleration. Porter, the floater. Contact, no whistle. Mills, kick it, Nunez. Oh yeah! It's a 3. Hot hand all game for Dominican, now 3 for 7 from 3, and she's got 17 to lead the way here for the Lady Chargers as we get a whistle and a foul. Back to a double-digit Dominican lead. Gribben will sub in. Taylor will sub out. Day Cox in, Porter out on the Eagle side. White looking, throws it into the backcourt. Fernardi gets on it quickly. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third. Rossignol trying to muscle her way in. The float and the 2. 18 points now in the game for Rossignol. The knife, the float, Mills, no. Rossignol rebounds and throw it ahead. Day Cox could not hold on to it, and DeMarsco comes up with a steal. Throws it ahead. Mills, the stop, the pop, the high archer. Cha-ching! It's a triple. Largest lead of the game for Dominican here this evening was 13. It's at 12 now as we come up on 2 minutes to play here in the third. Whistle, foul away from the ball. They get it on Dominican. Gribben picks it up. Porter and Burns will sub in. Rossignol and Fernardi will sub out. Eagles are in the bonus, so Parks at the line. First free throw of the game. First free throws of the game here for Parks. 59% free throw shooter on the season. 17 for 30 now. 17 for 29 coming into this evening. Day Cox, offensive rebound. Burns was open, a good close out there by Nunez. Now it's Porter. Nunez switches onto her. The spin, the floater, the whistle, and a foul. Gorgeous move there from Porter, and she'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. 3 for 6 from the free throw line is the freshman from Chicago. 1:55 to play here in the third. A 12-point Dominican lead. That one sits on the front iron and rolls out. String music on the second. 11-point game coming up on the end of this third quarter. Mills. The spin, White, stellar defense, takes it into the lane and draws a foul on the floor. Rosslyn will sub back in, Parks will sub out. 99 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Shot clock reset to 20. Fresh nets on both of the hoops. You can tell walking into the gym. DeMarsco gets on the floor, playing twister for it. Strong with the basketball. Gribben had her hand on that sideline out of bounds, and a Dominican turnover. It's only the 7th turnover of the game for Dominican. Eagles have committed 16. Minute and a half to play here in the third. Eagles down 11. A strong start to begin things in the third, but Dominican closing this quarter off exceptionally. Burns takes it in and negotiates her way for 2. Back to a single-digit game. DeMarsco swing it. Pass deflected. Rossignol got in the passing lanes, and back-to-back turnovers here for Dominican, but the Eagles turn it right back over. 17 turnovers committed by Post. We're under a minute to play here in the third. Nunez is defended by Porter, and DeCox will now defend DeMarsco. Oh, the poke, the cookies, all day for DeCox. Goes up and turns defense into offense. 55 steals on the season coming into this evening. Leads the team in that category by far. She's a pest. 12-second difference, shot in game clock. White fouls Mills. Now an 8.4-second difference, shot in game clock. Nine to shoot. Howard. Burns defending the cross. Runs into 2. Porter. Offensive foul. Great help defense there by Cameron Porter. That, for any young basketball player out there, that is how you help. Clock at 4. Oh, nice give and go, and White's fouled. 2.2 to play here in the third. 2 shots up here for Naj White. Naj White, a 75% free throw shooter on the year. Eagles down 8 coming into the quarter. They find themselves down 6 as we head to the fourth. 53-47 Dominican lead. 30 minutes are in the books, 10 minutes to go. Scoring summary here through 3 quarters. Dominican outscored Post 23-11 in that first quarter. Post outscored Dominican 14-10 in the second quarter, then just 22-20 in the third. The Eagles find themselves down 6 as we are ready for the start of the fourth. Dominican number 1 seed in the North Division. Post number 3 seed in the North Division. Eagles 4-6 in conference. Dominican is 9-1 in CACC play. Dominican will start with it. Fourth quarter underway. Nunez, DeMarsco, Javier, Endacaba, and Mills. A 5 on the floor here for the Lady Chargers to begin things in the fourth. Pull-up pop. White rebound. It's White, Burns, Rossignol, Fernardi, and DeCox. A 5 here for the Eagles. Dashing in, Fernardi goes up, missed the bunny. A nice take, and it gets hit out of bounds by DeCox. Handoff, Mills, splits, and fouled. They get it on DeCox. Seven to shoot. Fernardi got her hands on it, comes away with the steal. Stops, pops, short. Friendly reminder, the men's game is coming up next between Dominican and Post. We're under 9 minutes to play here in the women's game, a 6-point Dominican lead. The kick out, Javier lines it up. Eagles 5-17 on the year, and the knife and the dive in the 2 by Fernardi. 4-point game. High drama, fun finish. Seems like it's in store here. These two teams have already played this season. It was a 65-56 Dominican lead on December 3rd at home. They've only lost one game in conference on the year. Mills. Endicaba will not be denied on the offensive glass, and it's back to a 6-point Dominican lead. Daycock slithers, gets to the foul line, pulls, and cans it. And has something to say to DeMarsco after the bucket. Not an excellent shooter is Daycox. That's really the only area of the game that she does not impact for these Eagles team. And Ndikaba turns, shoots, too strong. Rossino boards and pushes. No number, she'll settle it down with Daycox. 4-point game. The knife, the kick, White a three. And a fresh 20 for the Eagles off of the offensive rebound. And Rossino is short on the three. Mills playing with her food out front, leaves it. And Ndikaba, rip through a drive. And the kiss off of the window, yes, for two. 6'2" from Brooklyn, New York, a graduate student, as Daycox will not be denied on the scoop to the hoop. Back to a 4-point game. Can the Eagles get stops? Nunez. Good box out there by Rossignol. 6.5 to play here in the fourth. Eagles down 4. White maneuvering, firing. Pull up pop, Nunez. Howard is back into the game. Javier will sit. Russell and Parks will sub in here for post. Finerty and Rossino will sit. Cutter, Porter, swarmed, feeds, White, pinballing out. Russell's got the offensive rebound and a fresh 20 for post. We're coming up on the midway point here in the fourth. The flyby, the bounce, Daycox, the drive, the pull-up, short. Endicott boards and a possession here upcoming for Dominican, leading by 4. Coming up on that 5-minute mark here in the fourth. The cross. Nunez, Mills. Fouled on the floor, they get it on Parks. Rossino, short breather into the game. Daycock subs out. Endicaba, offensive foul. And Bill Diener is irate at the call. The Eagles can pull within 1 possession, down 4. Midway through the fourth. Huge game here for both teams, especially post 3rd seed in the North Division. Every single one of these conference games coming down the stretch here. About a month left in the regular season. It matters so much trying to fight for the playoff lives. Daycox and Finerty are in. So Daycox, Finerty, Rossino, White, and Parks, the 5 on the floor here for post. The flash by Parks, turns, fires, and it trickles in for Nicole Parks. 2-point game. The student section alive here for the Eagles. Mills, gorgeous delivery. She's got 7 now, and Dominican forces a turnover. 18 turnovers now for Post. They've actually taken better care of the basketball here in the second half. They had 13 turnovers in the first half. 6 here in the second, or excuse me, 5 in the second half. Mills. Spin. Kick. Nunez with 17 on the game. White has been quiet. Parks puts it on the deck, knifes her way, and scoops it home. Nicole Parks with some huge buckets here down the stretch. And it's back to a 2-point game. 3.5 to play here in the fourth. Mills. Nunez. Slipping free inside, it's Mills coming up with some huge buckets here for Dominican to save off the Eagles. White earns the 2 right back. Dominican and Post coming down to the wire. It's a 2-point game as we are under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. Howard for 3. Big time shot by Kayla Howard. Fernardi answer, no, too strong. And Bill Diener tells his team to calm down, get into something here, take some time off the clock. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the fourth, and he wants a timeout. Talk things over, slow it down. Dominican in control of the 5-point lead. 2:19 to play here in the fourth. Dominican ball, 2:19 to play here in the fourth. Largest lead of the game here for Dominican was at 13 when it was 31-18. Nunez, Howard, DeMarsco, Mills, and Endicaba. 5 on the floor here for Dominican. Rossignol, White, Porter, the steal. DeMarsco sees it. No, she didn't. Stepping out. One hands there by Cameron Porter. The Eagles force a huge Dominican turnover.
Let's go! Get stop! Get in here! Get stop! Hands! Hands! Hands!
Nunez nearly had the steal, was stepping out.
Let's go! Dig it again! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Here we go!
2:14 to play here in the fourth. Eagles down 5. Got to get it in. Gets it into Rossignol. Rossignol, White, Day Cox, Parks, and Porter. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Day Cox the knife in the feed. White trying to break down her defender. Plenty of time for the Eagles to get a foul on the floor. They get it on Mills.
Double fouling.
Day Cox, loft it in. Spin, shovel, out of bounds. Last touch, Parks.
I must be doing
Bill Diener and one of our officials having a friendly conversation. Reach and foul there on Porter. Minute 48 to play here in the fourth. Fun game here between Dominican and Post. I mean, you look at Dominican 9-1 in CACC play. Eagles have struggled this season if you look at the record, but the way that they're competing against this team, they are not far off from being one of the better teams here in the CACC and making a run in the CACC playoffs that they are able to get in. And the Kaba for 2. Penetrate and feed by Mills. And some breathing room here for Dominican. 7-point lead. Cross. Kick. Porter. Stops and pops. Need it. Don't get it. Day Cox. Rossignol hooks. On the doorstep, Rossignol goes to work and gets 2. Eagles needed a bucket on that possession to stay alive. 5-point game. Dominican not in a hurry to get off a shot. 7 to shoot. Mills the kick. Dagger? You bet. D. Marsco with a huge 3. And Dominican with an 8-point lead with 43 seconds remaining. .43 seconds to play here in regulation. Dominican with an 8-point lead. This is a lead that they came into this half with. They were up 33-25 coming into this half. Eagles have done a much better job generating things offensively here in the second half, and we get a whistle and a foul.
Hey, you're good. Hey, you're good. Tamir, here we go. Come on, you're good. You're good. Stay in the stance. Come on, stay in the stance. Here we go. That's it. See both. See both, Tamir. See both. See both. There you go. Hey.
Eagles need to get into something here quickly. Porter, don't have all the time in the world to wait here. We get a foul on Endicaba.
Kid, let's go. Come on. Don't worry about it. Come on. We're still in this game. Come on. Let's go deep. Let's strong.
White, the bump, the bucket. 29.7 remaining. Timeout Dominican. 6-point Dominican lead. Dominican ball out of the timeout. 29.7 remaining. 6-point Dominican lead. Looking to get it in. Gets it into Howard. Runs right into Porter. Step through and kisses it home. Timeouts. No, we don't get a timeout. Technical. Eagles called for a flop. And a technical foul. Mills will shoot.
Question. Sir, team foul first or just an administrative foul? How does that foul?
2 shots here for Mills. And that pretty much does it. 10-point game with 25.7 remaining and Dominican ball. And that kind of puts a nail in the coffin here. Yeah, men's game is coming up next between Dominican and Post. That should be a fun one. Dominican men's as well as the women's 9-1 in conference. Get it in, Howard. The Eagles back off a little bit here. Shot clock is off. Park's doing a good job of moving her feet. Get a whistle and a foul there with 6.3 remaining. Be free throws here for Howard. Four different Dominican players in double figures here. Nunez with 17. Howard now with 17. Make it 18. So Howard 18, Nunez 17, Mills 13, and DeMarsco 11. White slips in. Rossignol gets the 2. 0.2 of a second remaining here. You get a technical foul on Naj White. Rossignol had 22 now with that bucket. She led the way here. 20 turnovers for Post, 13 for Dominican. Mills misses the first. Both men's team for Dominican and Post getting ready to take the floor here. Up next for Post, they will be playing host to Goldie Beacom this Saturday at 1. Both free throws are good. Can just inbound it, and that will do it. Dominican gets back into the win column here. They will be playing at Chestnut Hill on Saturday at 1 p.m. Dominican back in the win column. 9-1 in conference now. They improve to 18-5 on the season overall. Eagles fall to 5-18 overall and 4-7 in conference. Final score 76-65. Dominican wins it. The men's game is coming up next. Make sure to stick around for that one. Should be fun. Final score, again, 76-65. Dominican wins it and wins the season series here against Post 2-0.